Hello, my amazing artists. Welcome back to Art with Mrs. Knowles. And we are going to be creating a really cool project today using texture. Texture is one of the 7 elements of art, right? Like color, shape, line. Those are all elements of art. They're like the building blocks of art. And so we're going to be using texture to create one of these lovely leaf texture drawings. Isn't that cool? Yeah, it looks really realistic. So for this texture project, we're going to be using something called implied texture. There's 2 different kinds of texture. The first, oh, look at my dirty fingers. The first kind is called real texture or actual texture. That's the texture that you can touch and feel. Like when I touch my hair, it feels bumpy. When I touch my clothes, how does your shirt feel? My shirt feels smooth. So that's texture. It's the way that something feels, actual texture. So the other kind of texture is called implied texture, and it's the way that something looks like it feels. So for example, I did this it's a crayon rubbing, and what does this look like it would feel like? To me, it looks bumpy. So bumpy would be a good description of this. And then you also have implied texture with these leaves that we're going to do because they look like they could have texture, but when you touch them, it's just the smooth paper. So that's implied texture, the way that something looks like it should feel. So let's get started, shall we? Right, so before you get started on this project, you're gonna need to take a little walk. I took my dog Oreo for a walk this morning, and I collected all these as many different kinds of leaves as I could find on my walk. This one even has some little berries on it. I got some longer palm-looking leaves, some leaves that I got off a tree. So as many different kinds as you can find. This is actually rosemary. Isn't that cool? It smells really good too. Okay, so once you have a whole bunch of leaves, I just took a bag with me when I went out for a walk. You're gonna need a piece of paper, just regular paper. And you're also gonna need a piece of scrap paper. So this is paper that you're not gonna keep, but it's just because we're gonna need to use it. And also markers. Now I'm using washable markers. They're also called watercolor markers. And those are the best ones to use, but you can just try it out, see if these work with different kinds of markers. They might, I don't know. These are just the ones I have right now. Okay, so I'm going to start by taking a leaf, if I can get it. Okay, so I'm gonna use this leaf. Now what you gotta do is this very important. You gotta turn the leaf to the back. We're gonna add the color to the back of the leaf. And that's because when you feel the leaf, that's where all the veins of the leaf are. Those are those little lines on the leaf. So that's what we're gonna see for our texture. So that's where you wanna add. So you can just feel your leaf, feel the part where it feels the most bumpy, and that's the part that you wanna add the marker to. All right, I'm gonna put my leaf on top of my scrap paper. And I'm gonna choose a couple colors. Let's see, I think I'm gonna use some blue to start with. So you're just coloring your leaf. So I'm gonna add some blue to the top of my leaf. And then I think I'll do some light green. Just make sure you're kind of coloring the whole thing. And then, how about yellow? Ooh, that'll look cool. You can do whatever colors you want to do. It's totally up to you. All right, now I'm going to take my leaf and I'm going to carefully flip it so that the marker part is touching my paper. Don't wiggle it, don't move it around. And then I'm going to put my scrap paper on top, and I'm going to press down and rub my hand across the leaf. Do it 3 or 4 times. And then carefully take off the scrap paper, pick up your leaf, Look at that. How cool. So you can reuse this if you want to use it more than once. You just need to put some more marker onto it. You see all that texture? How cool is that? Okay. So let's try a different kind of leaf. I'm gonna use one of these. I'm not sure what kind of plant this is, but okay. So again, you want to find the part that has the most the veins on it, the most ridges. That's the back. Okay, put it on top of my scrap paper. I'm gonna choose some different colors for this one. Ooh, I could do it like a pattern. Okay, so I'm gonna do pink and then another color, and then pink, and then another color. Oops, there's a little pink one there at the end. I think I'll do blue, dark blue this time. So I chose to do a pattern for this one. You could even do like a rainbow design. That would be really cool. Do you see why it's important that I have my scrap paper? I am getting marker all over it. And then I'm gonna draw on this little, on the stem. Okay, let's see if this works. All right, so we're gonna flip this over, right? So the marker is touching the paper. Put our scrap paper on top. Go back and forth a few times, pressing down and rubbing with your hand. All right, let's see if it worked. Ooh, very cool. So when you're done, you should have the whole paper filled with these beautiful textures from different plants and leaves. And I think it's gonna look pretty cool. You could even use this paper and make it into cards to send to a friend. Lots of different things you could do. All right. I want to see your projects when you're done. I hope you guys have fun. See you later.